As someone who has been laid off twice and is currently laid off, I am here to remind you that job security is a myth. And the safest thing you can do is create financial freedom for yourself. Because the problem is that we think it could never be us. It could never happen for us. I work for the government. I work as a nurse. I work as a teacher. And that is all fine and dandy, okay? But do you want to do that forever? Probably not. I think not, okay? Which is why in this video, I'm going to talk about the best money hack that I did with my paycheck that has allowed me not to stress out over this second layoff that I'm currently in the middle of right now, the way that I did my first. I was so overwhelmed, y'all. And this is a simple two-step process that has helped me to save over 6 months of living expenses and build an investment portfolio, a stock market investment portfolio worth $250,000, y'all. And I want to make this clear. I will always be team 9 to 5. I will always be team consistent income, okay? But I'm also team me first. And it's time for us to start putting our checks to work more strategically to build financial freedom. That way, work becomes optional. So before we get into it, hey girl, hey, my name is Joshlyn and I'm a certified financial educator that teaches women how to invest in the stock market without fear and continue to grow their money with confidence, y'all. The kind of life that you deserve is a soft life that is not a broke life, okay? So the first thing I want you to do, the biggest hack that changed the game, was paying myself first. What that means is as soon as that check comes, either it's automated or not, you put money into your savings account, okay? Your high yield savings account. You put money into your investments account, y'all. I saved and invested 30% of my income over the last 2 years. And I didn't even trust myself to allow it to go to my regular checking account, which is where most of our, paychecks go. I automated it. For a long time, I would be spending the money I was supposed to be saving, okay? That's why when I was laid off the first time, I didn't have no real savings because I was spending it. I couldn't commingle all of my money into that one account. It wasn't working for me. And that's why I was stressed TF out when I had got laid off, y'all. I was not prepared. 2020 changed the game for me. And I had to be honest with myself and say, am I stewarding this money? Am I stewarding this paycheck? And why am I laid off and I don't have anything to show for it? I don't have no savings. I don't have no investing. It wasn't a good look. I was working 40 hours and I had nothing to show for it. So that was a true wake-up call for me, y'all. So what I do now is pay myself first, as if my life depended on it, because it absolutely does. I rearranged my wants and my life to ensure that I am paying myself first. I'm automating that money to my high yield savings account. I'm automating that money to my Roth IRA, which is an individual retirement account. And I'm so thankful I did that. I started that back in 2021. And 5 years later, I'm laid off here again. So I'm so thankful that I did that. So what I want you to do, because I'm an action-oriented girly, is I want you to aim to save 3 months of your living expenses in a high-yield savings account. A high-yield savings account is a regular savings account on steroids. Essentially, it pays you to save instead of us paying someone else. Usually when you have interest and things like that for car notes, student loans, you have to pay that as the borrower. But essentially what the high yield savings account does is it puts you in the position of the lender. So the banks pay you to save in the form of interest. It's officially called annual percentage yield, but to make it simple, it's essentially interest that they pay you every single month for leaving that money in that account, y'all. It's not money you should be spending all willy-nilly like it's a checking account. Don't put money in there that you don't need. It's a savings account, okay? Aim to get to 3 months, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen what's going on with these government shutdowns, these layoffs, and as someone who has been laid off twice, I'm telling you, stop playing with your money, okay? Save 3 months of expenses in a high yield savings account, because if you do that, you're going to end up with more than what you started with, because they're going to be paying you an interest every single month. And I have a whole video on why you should stop leaving all your money in the bank. I'll pop that up on the screen because it's a game changer, I need us to get serious. Okay, so the second thing I want you to do is to invest. I started investing in my Roth IRA. And a Roth IRA stands for Roth Individual Retirement Account. Usually when you think of retirement accounts, we think of the 401ks, the 403bs. Those are very, very important, but those are often attached to your employer. Now, I want you to use those because company matches are important, which means that if you put in $300 and your company matches 50% of that, they're putting in $150, and now you have an ending balance of $450. I don't want you to skip the 401ks, baby. That's a great way to start investing and shorten the amount of time that you work. But Roth IRAs are something you can do whether you work a 9 to 5 or not. If you run a business, if you work at Popeyes, whatever. As long as you have taxable income, you can have a Roth IRA. And I love Roth IRAs because they grow tax-free. Ultimately, we invest because we want our money to grow. We don't invest to say we invest. We invest because we want the $1 we invested to be worth $5, $10, $20 later. So the more you do it, more consistently you do it, the more money you'll have. That's how I was able to turn that regular $100 I was investing back in 2018 into a portfolio worth $250,000 in 2026. Now, of course, I don't stick to $100 anymore. I have maxed out my Roth IRA for the last 2 years. And the max out essentially means that I've contributed up to the max amount, which is $7,000 in 2025, and it's 2026, it's $7,500. Please, just get started. I'm not telling you to max it out because it takes time to get there, okay? I didn't start doing that. I started with just $100 every single month. But when I saw that this money was growing, I said, well, let me see what it can do if I give you all the absolute max. And I'm happy I did that, okay? So I'm a huge fan of just automating money to my high yield savings account. I'm automating money to my Roth IRA so that I don't have to think about it, and my money is growing for me while I continue to rest, live my best life, do the things that I need to do. So the name of the game, the hack, is investing. The name of the game and the hack is automating your savings, automating your investing, okay? And I don't want you, again, to feel like you are forced to max out your Roth IRA or your traditional IRA if you make more than $150,000. I just want you to start investing in it consistently. $100 every single month, one ETF, which stands for exchange traded funds. This is essentially going to allow you to own a variety of company stocks for one purchase price. I love to use the example of VOO. VOO is an ETF that allows you to have partial ownership into the top 500 companies here in the US. It's called the S&P 500. That's what it tracks. That's the index that it tracks. And again, these are the Apples, the Microsofts, the Berkshire Hathaways, the Nvidias. This is what's following and behind all this AI stuff that's booming right now. Like, imagine being a shareholder, owning some stock in a company like Nvidia right now, y'all. It's only going to blow up more. And as they make money, you make money. That is essentially what investing is putting your money into these publicly traded companies and letting that money grow by what they do. As they make money from us as consumers, we're all on these Apple products. We all have these Android products. We use Microsoft likely for your jobs every single day. As they make money, as they continue to innovate, you will make money. You'll continue to innovate with them, okay? It's good to be hands-off. It's good to be passive. Again, I do this. I'm not on the board of directors for Microsoft. No, I just own a lot of their shares because of the ETFs and the index funds that I'm investing in, y'all. So the play is one ETF, $100 every single month, one account, which is a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. Now, traditional IRAs are great too for if you make more than $150,000. But if you don't, I highly recommend a Roth IRA because the growth in that account grows tax-free. So as your portfolio balance goes from $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, you're not taxed on that growth. And as you make dividends, you just reinvest those, which means that any money that the companies pay out to you, don't put it in your pocket. Don't send it to your bank account. Just reinvest it so that you can buy more and more ETFs, which is going to increase your portfolio and give you more room to make more money from these companies. So that's something that I tell my girls all the time, is to not keep your dividends. Just reinvest them because we don't need that money right now. We need to keep our money invested so that it keeps up with the rate of inflation, which means that our goods and our services, like our milk and cars, they're increasing every single year. I know y'all recognize that. Milk does not cost what it used to in 2024, okay? Cars do not cost what they used to in 2025. That is inflation. And if you want your money to keep up with the rate of inflation, you need to be investing. If you want to make work optional and retire at a decent age, You need to be investing, y'all. So that's what I teach. This is a money channel, okay? This is a Black woman's money channel, but anybody can learn, okay? So if you're like, okay, this is great. I know that I need to be investing. I know that I'm saving, or I need to be saving, but like it's really the investing that feels a little scary. It feels complicated. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to invest in. I don't know how much to invest. Then you need to join Investor Live, which is where I have a live workshop where I walk you through how to invest your first $100, y'all. It's the same play I just gave you. I give a lot of gems for free, but the workshops have a cost. So I walk you through how to invest your first $100 in one ETF or one index fund, which is pretty similar. They're small nuances between the two, and then one account, which is your IRA. And I include both because some people make more than $150K and they have to go the traditional IRA route. But if you make less than that, you go the same Roth IRA route that I went. And again, one account, one investment, which is an ETF or an index fund, and $100. Just rinse and repeat that for all of 2026. Don't feel pressured to add more. Obviously, if you continue to work with me, we're going to increase that price, okay? Because you're going to get pay increases, you're going to get extra money, and we're going to work on what to do with that money so that it grows so you can live your best life. But that's happening on Saturday, January 31st. It's live. It's not something pre-recorded. It's not a workshop. You can get your questions answered in real time. You can ask me questions. I'll be screen sharing, walking you through what's in my portfolio. Like, I'm giving you the gems, y'all. So click the link in the description to sign up. There are limited spots because I want everybody to feel seen, heard, and encouraged. And by the end of that 90-minute workshop, you will have invested your first $100, y'all. I'm not investing it for you. You do not send me your $100. All you do is pay for the workshop and you show up and you do the work with me, okay? You invested. That's the difference between a financial advisor and a financial educator. And I am a certified financial educator. I'm going to educate you on what to do. You do it though, okay? I believe in giving women freedom, options, empowerment when it comes to their money. So Investor Live, Saturday, January 31st. That is linked in the description. Again, walking away, being an investor at the top of 2026 is going to set you up. You're going to be shocked at how your portfolio grows by December 2026. And it just gets me so excited. I just love to see women getting this money and growing it while they live their best lives, okay? My girls be traveling. They got travel credit cards. They done bought homes. They done paid off debt. They got savings. Like, I just love to brag on the girlies, okay? On my girls. And so if you want to be a part of the girly gang, okay, the investors, that's what I call it, investor, H-E-R, then join the workshop, okay? Because then you get access to our community. We're going to be doing all the things. We're going to be kikiing. I plan on doing trips and events and all that kind of stuff in the future, but you got to be in the gang to get an alert on that. And of course, I share more content. I support you on your journey beyond that workshop. So all of that is linked in the description. So yeah, in conclusion, the money hack that you need to be focused on, y'all, is automating your savings. I gave you the play. Save 3 months of your living expenses in a high yield savings account, y'all. We need to be getting paid to save. That's a solid way to grow your money before you're ready to start investing. Once you got them 1 to 3 months, I personally recommend 3, but if you're like, whatever, girl, I want to start at 1 or 2, then we start investing. We do $100 in one ETF, ideally an indexed focused ETF like VOO, in one account, a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. That is the play. If you need more help, if you need more hands-on support when it comes to that process, join Investor Live. Join me live Saturday, January 31st, where you're going to invest your first $100. Essentially, it's the same thing that I'm telling you now, but I'm going to walk you through the process. Screen sharing, asking questions. You're going to meet other like-minded women that are serious about investing and growing their money as well. And we're just going to create a community, baby, a larger community of girlies doing what they want to do because they got the money to do it, okay? So hopefully this was inspiring, encouraging. Please comment below if you have any questions, any concerns. Again, the links to the Investor Live are in the description. I also have a free Investor One-on-One guide. It'll walk you through all things investing in the first 20 minutes. But again, be on Investor Live, y'all. Like, I am so excited about this. Like, my girls are so excited about this. They have been begging me to do it for a couple of months. And I just had a lot going on. I told y'all I got laid off and stuff, so I just couldn't prioritize it. But I'm like, you know what? New year, new me. New year, new them. Okay, so we starting off the year off right. I'm creating more confident investors, more money girls who know what the heck they doing with their money, okay? And they are empowered as they make decisions for themselves. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment. Y'all, comments help me so much. Like, it helps YouTube essentially push my video out to more people. It's a good sign. So even if it's a great video, thank you so much for this. Like, I'll take whatever. No negative comments, but I will take whatever because, again, I want this to get to more women. I'm passionate about showing women how to change their relationship with their money, how to create their own financial freedom, whether they got a job or not. Again, y'all, I've been laid off twice. I do not rely on these jobs for my livelihood, okay? I'm not anti 9 to 5. I'm anti creating financial freedom for yourself, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Again, like, comment. The comments help so much, y'all. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, baby. It's fun over here. We have a good time over here, okay? And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.